Hello there everyone, welcome to another great video game ideas not used video, GVGINU for short. As always, I'm Andre and it is a pleasure to be able to share my thoughts once again with you. Firstly, I'd like to give a shout out to a YouTuber I doubt very many people know of. His name is Max Darrett on YouTube, and he's come up with a very interesting series that makes a comparison between Metal Gear Solid 2 and Social Justice Warriors, commonly given the acronym SJWs, which he talks about how Metal Gear Solid 2 predicted the coming of the social justice warrior, the concept, the idea of the social justice warrior. And looking at his videos, with the way things happened and the storyline points that he presented and things that were talked about in Metal Gear Solid 2, I honestly wouldn't have thought of it back then when I played and beat the game, but it kind of matches up pretty well, pretty perfectly. So I say you've got to go check his videos. You've really, if you haven't, they'll be quite interesting. Now, another thing, he brought up points about Marxism. I had heard of it before. I never really delved into it, never really looked into it until recently. And basically put, social justice warriors are modern day Marxists. And in Marxism, the biggest point was to spread their message and that their message was absolute. And if you had a differing message that didn't agree with theirs, then they typically wanted to destroy your message, your point of view, your thought, your line of thought. They wanted you to basically be eradicated from the equation so that they could promote their stance and bring it to more people. Now, speaking of that, are there not similarities between that and what we recently heard, where, with especially with video games, is like, if you do not agree with someone who tells you that this is a male dominated, it is male dominated. I can't say it's not male dominated, but this is a male only type of thing. And I've pointed that out to be false also in my was it Describe a Gamer in 4 Words video, which was just still, that's an atrocity that people will spend their time wanting to find and create derogatory things to say about other people just because they disagree with them. My whole point is, and I gotta bring this up because this did happen. I didn't even think about this. But one of my friends from the Gamers at Large, Jamie Butterworthy, he was put on a list of offenders. I'm like, and I've read the stuff that Jamie has said. While his tone has been, I guess I could say, a bit agitated, he hasn't said anything to harass anyone. He's only brought up points of logic and common sense that you would think people would catch on to. But he was put on a list of people who basically that were using the Gamergate tag that were in disagreement with what social justice warriors or just anti-Gamergate was. He was put on a list of people to block and report because he had a differing viewpoint and he spoke up about it, along with a bunch of other people. Now, I can't say all of them are good. They were doing good things. I'm pretty sure some of those people may have thrown out some harassment calls or whatever, but I'm almost certain that the majority was not that. And the fact that Jamie made that list, it kind of goes back to that point with the Marxism. If you do not agree with us, then you are against us. And if you are against us, we must blot you out. Now, me being a thinking person, if you are trying to promote openness and awareness of a situation, why in the world would you want to blot out opposing viewpoints? Blotting out an opposing viewpoint is not the same thing as conquering that viewpoint and bringing a greater understanding. If you block out information, then you are willfully remaining ignorant to the things around you. And that's what it seems like a lot of these people who are, I guess you would say they would be SJWs. This is how those people are generally treating anyone who disagrees with them. I can't say it's everyone because I personally don't know. But from the overall image that most of us can see that do not agree with the train of thought, that's how it is. If you prove a point against somebody who's against the whole Gamergate thing, you prove a rational point to them, I have seen that they will just shut you down and go on about their business. There are a couple people who won't do it, as I've talked to a few of them. Well, maybe not talked to them, but I've had conversations with a few of them on Twitter. And a couple of them, I respect them as a person, even though I just completely disagree with their stance. But they were respectable. There were a few of them. There's not a whole lot out there that will have a decent conversation back and forth. And these people, I can't even say that they were in line with the SJWs. It's just more or less that they just didn't agree with Gamergate because they thought it brought a negative light. And in a way it does. It's not even that it's people that disagree with the SJWs, but it's the people that will use Gamergate to say negative things, and those people are the loudest because they'll spend most of their time, all they have to do is just say anything they want, then throw the hashtag on it, and a lot of people will see it. And those are the people that everyone pays attention to, not someone speaking common sense like, well, look, we have great female developers in the gaming industry right now. I apologize for getting her name, but the lady that came up, the developer that came up with Bayonetta, I think she came up with Bayonetta. I can't remember her name. It's driving me insane, but she was in that video in the Nintendo Treehouse when they were talking about Bayonetta 2. And to hear that that character was basically disregarded as was it the gaze or something, like something about the gay. I can't remember what the gaze is, but I think it's like some sort of male power fantasy over women, whereas Bayonetta supposedly feeds that stereotypical thought pattern. Like, I don't know. I've never really seen too many female characters like Bayonetta that kick a ton of ass, are confident in themselves, and it's very womanly. All wrapped up in a video game. I don't know. There aren't a lot of characters like her, and I personally am a big fan of the character because she knows who she is. She's not some character, like, even when she didn't know who she was, like, because she couldn't remember who she was, she knew who she was. She was confident in her ability. She knew that she could do more, she could progress more, she could be better. She pushed and became more than what she was. And I respect that in characters in video games. I don't care if they're male or female. Like, if the character is interesting, the game is interesting, the story is interesting, I want to play it. But that's beside the point. I feel like I'm rambling here, but I know my point is made. And I want people to look up a game called No Male Heroes. I actually tried to download it and play it, but for some reason it stalled on the download for me. But apparently, it is a game created with the SJW mindset of what the video game industry is currently, but flip flop so male and female roles are changed. I want people. You don't have to, but I'm trying to get an understanding of a better understanding of what their viewpoint is of what the gaming industry currently is, so that I can give a better informed response to what they have to say. And I've read some of the comments that were left on it. It's on Desera. I'll provide the link below for anybody who wants to go look it up. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure people with my mindset are going to dislike it. Go into it completely open-minded. Do not immediately trash the game. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to enjoy it when I finally do download it and actually play it. Because I'm sorry, even the title was very misleading. I read the title, said No Male Heroes. I was thinking it was going to be a game like No More Heroes, but with a woman instead of Travis Touchdown, sort of like, Shinobu. Somebody like her. It's going to be an action-oriented game where I was going to be kicking a ton of ass with like a female assassin. It's not that. I can tell you that much. It is not that at all. It's actually more of an art. I guess it's a. What should we call it? A social RPG. That is what it could be called. I don't even think that works right, but whatever. I want people to understand this mindset and see how completely stupid it is. Now, I'm not trying to downplay that there are some total a-holes out there that ruin the gaming experience for any woman that they come across who is a gamer. There are just some guys out there that, in their mind, are that stupid. But there are also women that are that stupid. It's human. It's being human. People can be stupid. But there are too many people who are so easily tricked into latching on to false information as truth when it obviously isn't that. But I'm pretty much done here. Definitely check out Max Derat's videos. He doesn't have very many up, but go check those videos out. They are I'm trying to think of the words here, but they're very interesting. They're informative on history as well as the games and the game's history itself, as well as world history. So it's something I think people should look into. I'll put the link to his channel down below, and like I said, just check that game out. I'm not telling you to enjoy it, but I'm telling you, if you are against people telling you how the game industry should be presented to lift up certain people because of their gender or because of their race rather than their ability, or to have games with certain characters of a certain gender or race rather than a well-designed story with meaningful and rememberable characters, then I want people to play this game to understand what the world would be, what it would be if that mindset was allowed to go, if it was allowed to go rampant. That's the mindset that I personally want to do away with. The mindset, not the information that comes from it. The information could be used in a positive way to show how things can turn out if we allow the wrong people to control our thoughts and actions. But yeah, I think I'm done. Like I said, I'll provide the links below check out the No Male Heroes game at your own risk. But please, even if you don't play it, go ahead and read there was a really long comment put down by this one lady. She was kind of ticked at the game. I'm not gonna go and say much more than that. She was really ticked at the game. But yeah, I want people who, I think we should play it to give it a chance and be fair. But I don't want people to force themselves to play it. They're just wholly against it. So yeah, that's it. I'm done. I think I really don't have much more to say. I just want people to I'd want this to all come to a head and for the light to be shown on the people that are causing this turmoil, so to speak, and that we can see what their true motives are. Because honestly, equality in gaming is not what it is. Hell, equality in anything is not what it is. But yeah. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, please enjoy your games and enjoy life too, because people suck the fun out of it. Peace.